I was gonna say something and I completely forgot.
About the situation?
No.
Unrelated?
Slightly. Continue. Just go.
Freaking hopefully.
Girl.
Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm your host Priya,
This is Melli.
and today's episode is all about family drama.
Don't you just love it?
Well, there's gonna be a lot of drama going on today. Sips tea.
Literally.
All right.
I'm excited. Let's go.
All right.
Family drama is so, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, especially when, it's so different when it's your friend telling you about their family drama versus you actually experiencing it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, to you, as an outsider looking in, you'd be like, oh, well, I just wouldn't talk to them anymore. Versus the person who's actually going through it. It's like, how would I put it? It's like, yeah, it sounds easy, but I can't just stop talking to my family mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, depends. I mean, I know. I have like four, like, I don't.
I mean, it's different for everyone, but every family has something.
Facts.
And it's on different scales of extremes. So it could be petty and it could be just outright outrageous.
I don't know. I love drama as long as it's
not
nothing
you
to do with me. I like seeing it just for entertainment purposes.
Story number 1. Will I be the asshole if I ask to skip Christmas over family drama? All right.
I feel like I automatically want to say no.
Well, we gotta wait. But this is 7 months ago. And it says, it may be silly, but I have posted the situation in other subs, and I really just want the internet to tell me, will I be the asshole if I said I'm done with family holidays over one family member constantly causing arguments over politics when nothing political was mentioned? Example, there's a lot of major holidays coming up and few family birthdays left before the year is over. Everyone is getting ready to do holiday shopping and making plans for what and where we may want to spend the holidays. We usually travel as a family somewhere. When asking my family about the upcoming holidays, the responses was that they didn't want to be involved anymore because no one is getting along with them over political differences, so they no longer want to be included in family planning. Politics are not even mentioned in, and it turns political and blaming accusations with someone name calling. I cannot keep having these arguments every couple of months, and it's causing a lot of emotional distress and severe anxiety.
I mean, that's a short no. I'd be tired of that shit too. Like,
yeah, if it's consistent and nobody's fixing it.
Exactly. Especially, first of all, what?
Listen, I'm all for distancing yourself for your own sanity and peace and just your boundaries in general.
All this over politics, though, like political stuff, like
that stuff gets heated.
I mean, I know, but
like,
damn,
because I know, like, personally, my family, I don't really think we do that, but I don't think we do that at all. But like, I know I've heard of like other family members of friends who like they really get heated arguments over political things, and it gets like serious.
Probably because like we don't really
talk about it. Yeah, same thing with mine. We don't really like talk about it like that.
And I know they'd probably disagree with me on stuff, and I disagree with them on stuff. And I'm just like, I'm gonna stand my ground because like there's nothing that you can say to make me change my mind. Like once I believe something, so it's just like it's gonna get to that point where it's just like, you know what, we don't even need to be talking about.
You didn't have the conversation, like, because it shouldn't.
You believe one thing, I believe one thing. There's no changing the other one's mind. No.
I mean, if you eventually come into some information later down the line and you end up changing your own mind, that's different.
Yeah, that's
That's
different.
different.
That's different. But
overall vote is not the asshole.
mm-mm.
And the top comment is not the asshole. It's much more important to look after yourself instead of entering a situation you know to be stressful. Enjoy and have a peaceful, enjoyable Christmas. Yeah, it's also the holidays. So, like, you don't want to deal with that on the
Yeah, who the fuck wants to
holidays.
deal
Like,
with
come
that during the
on.
holidays?
Like, that's not. Another person says, not the asshole. You don't need to interact with or put up with someone just because they're family. Tell whoever invited you that you don't want to go if that person is around because it turns a joyous occasion into the same old tiring crap.
And is it just this one person that's just constantly bringing up like
Yeah.
political shit?
Yeah. Yeah, he specifically had, or he
Just
or she had said, like, this one family member does that. Yeah. One family member constantly causing arguments about politics when nothing political was even mentioned.
so if anything, so I don't see why it's come to a point of like, oh, no one wants to be involved anymore because it gets heated. Why can't they all just do it without
That person?
that person?
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, they should host a event or like a family party or whatever they do without that person.
Literally, like
But
make
that
the
sounds
group
messed
chat.
up because it's supposed to be like a family thing, but like enough is enough, or
Okay,
they need
but
to talk to this person and be like, hey, if you want to be included in a family get together or gathering, you make other people feel uncomfortable with this type of topic, please refrain from saying it. And if they
then you're gonna get
maybe give,
political.
but like,
So
well, then you're no longer invited to anything. But like, what I'm trying to say is, it's like, give them that out and maybe like see what they do in the following of like a event, and if they still do their normal political things, just okay, next
fair
time
enough.
you're not, you gave them a chance.
See how they go about it,
You tell
basically.
them, you give them an opportunity to make the change. If they don't make the change,
Fair enough.
it is what it is. They are no longer invited.
And what the hell is so interesting about politics that you feel the need to bring it up?
Some people really love to
Like,
discuss that for some reason. I don't, like, they have a lot to say about it.
there's so much more going on in the world. I mean, granted, let me be specific. Things that are in our control that we can focus on instead of making everyone in the room uncomfortable talking about fucking politics.
Also, like, if you're okay, say for this scenario, there's a Christmas party, right? Instead of enjoying your family's time and company, why are you bringing up something so like dawning and
No, but
not in a
yeah, like
happy
we're
light?
literally like
Like, it's just you're just
we're
bringing
trying to
down the
enjoy it.
mood.
We're trying to enjoy
Yeah,
ourselves
and you're
here.
just
God
bringing down the
damn.
mood with political stuff. Come on, unless they enjoy that, but nobody else is clearly enjoying that. But overall, vote is not the asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, I said
Yeah,
that from the
no.
jump. It's just
If honestly, even if it's just him or her, whoever's writing this post, and they want to just distance themselves because of this person, do you have a quiet holiday like the person in the comments said, and just
no facts.
take it easy?
I hope they did. You said it was 7 months ago.
Yeah, that was
November.
last Christmas,
Yeah.
or last like winter,
Yeah.
basically. So,
Well, I hope they did have a quiet
all
Christmas.
right, moving along. Story number 2. Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit my niece at the last minute?
Another great example. Last minute, no, you are not the asshole.
Mm.
Again, depends on the circumstances, but when it comes to a child,
That is not yours.
you need to let me know in advance. Because I'm a last minute person. You need a last minute babysitter and I will just get up out my bed and decided that I'm just gonna
Like,
go somewhere.
hey, can you babysit? And you're like all the way in Las Vegas.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'll be in another state by then, like no.
All right. So, my sister, let's call her Emma, has a habit of dropping her plans at my doorstep like a surprise package. She often asks me to babysit her daughter, my niece, with very little notice. I usually agree because I adore my niece and understand that life as a single parent can be like juggling chainsaws. However, last weekend was different. I had plans for a relaxing evening at home, diving into a good book I'd been itching to read for weeks. Just as I was settling in, Emma called, asked me to babysit because she had a sudden invitation to a dinner party. First of all, a sudden invitation to a dinner
Mm,
party, that's not possible.
mm.
Like,
First of
she
all,
knew in
if you, and if
advance.
even then, if you were a last minute invite, you probably shouldn't be going.
Exactly. I
They
was
don't.
just gonna say that.
They don't
Like,
want you there.
like you're just like, oh, we have an extra space. Okay, let's invite her. But I digress. This time, I decided to stand my ground and told her I couldn't do it. She tried to guilt trip me, saying I was letting her down and that the family should always be there for each other. But I felt like I needed to draw a line in the sand for my own sanity. The situation blew up, and now Emma is giving me the cold shoulder, making me feel like I'm the villain in her story. Our parents think I was too harsh and should have just helped her out this once more. So, am I the asshole for wanting one evening for myself and refusing to babysit last minute, or is it fair to expect my sister to respect my time as well?
I don't like the fact that the parents were like, "Oh, you should
I
have just
hate
helped
that.
her.
I
You should have
absolutely
just
hate
helped her
that.
once more." But
How
no,
many
but
times
listen,
has she done it
exactly.
before?
So like, how many one last times will it be?
Also,
Like, it's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, you should have just helped her this last time."
also, OP is not the one who went and had a child. That's not her responsibility.
Other than that, it's just like,
Like
gotta take care of me
that,
first.
like exactly. But like that's not your responsibility to take care of. That's if she needs some babysitter, get a babysitter somewhere else. If you're not gonna revolve your life around her and her plans
You
that are
can't
last
depend.
minute.
You just can't depend on her all the time. Like, she has a life too, so it's like it does suck.
That's not fair to
And
OP.
don't get me wrong, again, it's, I mean, for me, like, if my sister needs me to watch my niece, I'll take her anytime. But
Right.
like my sister, like, she'll ask me if I have plans, and like I'll
But
tell her.
that's considerate. She's
Exactly. Because
asking you
even
first.
sometimes she'll be like, "Oh, never mind." Because I'll be like, "Oh, I was gonna go somewhere, but I could watch her in the meantime." She'll be like, "Oh no, never mind."
But
You
she
know, just
understands like you still have
yeah.
your life. Like it's not just like she's not expecting you to like drop everything just to watch her. And like something she said, and I was just like, whoa. The situation blew up and she's making me like I'm the villain in her story. You know what? I learned this recently. It's okay to be the villain in other people's stories.
Oh yeah, I knew
You
that.
know, there's only so much you can control. There's only so much you can
Sometimes I
do.
enjoy it. But no, it's like so for this, for example, it's kind of not necessarily saying that I can see it on both sides,
Mm,
but with this dinner or whatever, I mean, there's not much details. Maybe it could have been like, maybe all the other times she she definitely didn't need to go out, but
mhm.
whatever. But
Yeah.
this time, maybe this time it could have been like a really important dinner or
Right.
something like that. Just something really important to her, and
Mhm.
like she may have ended up missing it because of that.
Yeah.
And that's why she resents her sister now.
Mhm.
Because it's like, okay, all the other times I could call on you, but this one time, like,
That I
something
needed.
is
Yeah, I
something
get what you're
important
saying.
to me.
But like
But also, but again, it's not necessarily justifying it, but like I'm just saying, like, that could be
it's a
why.
possibility, yeah.
But also, that's my me. Don't come between me and my me time. I'm sorry.
She was diving
When I
into a
say,
good book, settling in. Like I'm a person who doesn't like actually I'm kind of like I don't know how to put it. So like I like spontaneous things that's fun.
mm-hmm,
But like if it's like a surprise date or something. But
yeah,
like if it's like a last minute thing where like for example, I get told that I have to go do something like an errand or something like that I didn't plan for the day and it's like throws me off.
yeah,
And then it's just like,
I hate
especially when
that.
you have like a plan in your head, like okay, for example, I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna go read a book, have a nice little like wine, and like enjoy my evening.
That was literally my entire weekend.
But like then something throws it off and you're just like all out of
Everything
whack,
just
you know? And
exactly.
like I feel like that's what happened to her and she was just like enough.
Honestly, she could have just been late for all we care. She could have just been laying down doing absolutely nothing. If she wants to be
Yeah.
alone, that's her right. So
Yeah. Like she's not wrong for that either.
yeah.
But
So
yeah. This was
a
also two
quick
months
one.
ago, by the way. This was also 2 months ago. And the top comment is not the asshole. It seems your sister has come to make assumptions about your availability, and whether she or your parents see this, it is disrespectful of your time and worth. Question mark? I would not worry about the cold shoulder. It will only last until she needs you again. And if your
Facts.
parents think you should be accommodated every time, let them babysit. I suggest you set some rules. I need X days notice before I can help out and stick to it. Even two parents household have to make prior arrangements for childcare.
Exactly.
Yep. And OP commented to that saying, that sounds like fair game. Thanks for the advice.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Someone else said, not the asshole, obviously. Your sister wasn't hit by a bus and you refused to help. She wanted to go to a dinner party last minute. I'd be saying no from now on. You aren't responsible for her situation. Yep. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's just messed up. And honestly,
I'm
like,
not responsible for your failure to plan. Like,
exactly. That is not my fault at all. And if you want to make the villain of your story, go right ahead. All right. That was a quick
I
little.
could care less, honestly.
That sounds like a her problem.
He's like, okay. Oh well. I don't know what to tell you.
Story number 3 might be a little controversial.
Okay.
All right. Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law she can't bring her kids to my wedding?
Oh, no kids at the weddings. Absolutely not. You're not the asshole. I don't know what you mean. That's controversial, bitch.
Oh no, but
That's
some people have
standard.
that. Now, I believe whoever is the couple of the wedding, whatever they decide is what goes. If you want no kids, if you want certain age limit for kids, or if you want kids at all.
For me, the only
Like-
exception is going to be my niece because she's going to be my flower girl.
Oh.
And that's it. And somebody's son because I need a ring bearer. But yes, other than that, no. And then all parents and family members must leave the venue or the reception
At 9
by
p.m.
9.
Right. So this is a throwaway account. She, 28 female, am getting married in a few months. My fiance and I have been planning a child-free wedding. We both agreed that we want our wedding to be an adult-only affair. We made this very clear on our invitations. However, my sister-in-law, 32 female, has 4 young children and she's upset about our decision. She called me pleading to make an exception for her kids, saying that she couldn't leave them. I empathized, but I stood my ground on our decision, explaining that we wanted a more formal setting without kids running around. I suggested she could enjoy a night off and assure her we would help her find some childcare options. She got upset and accused me of being heartless and said if her kids weren't welcomed, she wouldn't attend. My brother, her husband, called. Okay, she has like no like commas or periods or anything, so it's like just run on
No
sentences.
grammar.
I'm so sorry. Oh, okay. My brother, her husband, called me saying I was causing unnecessary drama and that it was unfair to exclude her children. Now my family is divided. Some understand our wishes while others think I'm being heartless about having child-free wedding. So I'm coming to you, Reddit. Am I the asshole? There is an update, but we will give our thoughts first.
And what's the issue with the sister-in-law again? Like, why can't she leave her kids?
No explanation. She just said it's unfair.
Fine, what you
honestly like OP gave a very good like thing, like have a night off, get a babysitter, we'll help you, we'll help you find
that's what I was about to say,
childcare.
Like she offered to help. Like, I don't see the issue.
I don't see the issue too. Like, also, I know a lot of parents. I mean, I don't know personally a lot of parents, but like I've seen like on social media that like a lot of parents would love that.
Exactly.
Like free time for a couple hours.
Why are you so attached to your kid?
Like you don't have to watch them. You could just
it's gonna
go
be
free.
there forever. Trust me. Trust me.
So like,
but no, like she offered to help you. All you need is a babysitter. Like, come on,
they're willing to help you. Like, you literally have like no like.
It's one event. You could take the little shit bags to like all the other events. Like, the fuck.
But like, have a night to yourself. Like, come on. All right, so The
Read
update, the update says, "Hey Reddit, I wanted to give you an update on on the situation with my sister-in-law and her kids attending my wedding. After my original post, I had a heart-to-heart conversation with my sister-in-law. I explained how I envisioned my wedding day and why I would prefer it to be adult-only event. I emphasized wanting everyone to have a great time without worrying about kids being restless and not enjoying themselves. Surprisingly, she understood." She admitted she was very upset but appreciated my honesty. She discussed alternative childcare options and she agreed to arrange for a babysitter to look after her children during the ceremony and reception. This way, she can attend and enjoy herself without any worries. The conversation was tough, but I'm relieved that it went well. I'm grateful for her and understanding and willingness to find a solution that works for both of us. Thanks to everyone for your advice and support.
Oh,
Oh, that
okay.
turned out very
That
good.
turned out
That's
very
thank God
differently
because
than a lot of
yeah, because like
stories.
some people
'Cause
like they just stop talking, they don't talk to them again. They have
yeah,
like animosity towards them. That was really nice.
that's
That was
cute.
very
Okay.
nice. That I'm happy for that.
I mean, it shouldn't have taken her any kind of tears to like or heart to heart conversation to understand
Yeah. But like I
why
guess
you
because it was her kids and like it was like a close
don't
relationship, I
care.
guess. But like as long as she got there, she got there. It took her a while to get there, but she got there.
I
You know?
guess. I
You know?
guess.
Um I mean, most of the comments are pretty much based off the original post before the updates, but
Mm-hmm.
like someone said, I don't understand why they are upset. Why don't they want to hire a babysitter? To create so much drama, even to go as far as to get the entire family involved, is so petty and entitled that I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it. Are there other factors such as special needs children and maybe a matter of expense? Wow, not the
Yeah.
asshole.
Sometimes it's like
Yeah.
there may be like key details that are missing, but for
Yeah.
the most part, it's just like
I mean, based on I'm going based off the update now, but like clearly she didn't have like financial problems to like
yeah.
get a sitter. It was
It's
just
like
like
clearly there
she was
was
more
no
upset as like
issue at
why my
all.
kids are not included
Yeah,
type of thing. Yeah.
there's no reason for her to
Yeah.
the only exception is going to be my niece. Like that's it. As a matter of fact, I might make her be the ring bearer.
Just have her bring both.
Exactly, at the same time. You know what? The ring's in this part in this pocket, the flower petals in this pocket.
Just have her multitasking while she's
Exactly,
walking.
exactly.
Oh my god. That
And
poor
that also that's my baby. I love her. Of course, she's not gonna miss Auntie's wedding.
of course not. Story number 4. Am I the asshole for opting out of my family drama?
No.
It's never. You'll never be the asshole for opting out of family drama.
Unless you started it, created chaos, and
I
then
mean,
said, you know what, I'm out of here.
he just started it and just did like peace.
Like he started it, he saw the shit that's
He's
going
like,
on. He was like,
ooh,
ooh.
no. All
No,
right,
you know
bye.
what happened? No, you know what happened? He asked one simple question that he knew
Oh,
would
and it
kind
just like
of
ensued chaos.
riled up some people. And then other family members started accusing other family
And then he's
members
just
of
like,
other
ooh,
things.
just like starts slowly backing away and like,
Secrets start coming out that no one knew before. And then he's like, you know what? Maybe it's best if I just keep my distance.
While they all just like stop talking to each other, he's just like, okay.
And he can't say anything because he knows
I like
she's the
how he's
one.
just assuming.
No, he can't even like talk to any of his family members now because as soon as he says, "Hey, what's up?" they're gonna be like, "This is your fault."
Damn. All right. So, all right. Long post here. I've been dealing with a metric fuck ton of drama for nearly a year after my parents blew up their marriage, and I am so done with it. I took the brunt of it with my mom living in my basement for 6 months, and now they're essentially saying, JK, never mind. Now everyone is pissed at me for being absent and unsupportive of my parents' marriage. Full story. Back in early February, my father dropped a bombshell on the family. Sat down with my mom and told her that he'd been cheating on her for basically the entirety of their 43-year marriage. They had 4 kids who
Oh
they
my
dragged
god.
around the world for 7 countries and like 12 international moves. He never said how many women beyond lots. The final one was my mom's best friend, and it was an 8-year relationship. After this admission, he wanted to continue that relationship but also stay married. He said he wouldn't give her up no matter what and was just realizing he was a He was polyamorous all this time.
Polyamorous, bitch, you can't keep your dick in your pants. First of all, I wouldn't even be in my daughter's basement for 6 months because I'd be in jail.
Girl.
Like, the other woman, first of all, 43 fucking years.
But 8 of those years is the best friend. 43 years prior to that was like,
But
however
still,
many.
regardless, 43 years is already grounds for me to kill you. But then my best friend on top of that.
No.
Now both of them are dead.
Mom did not take this well and immediately moved into my basement. I live about 50 miles away from their place. Lots of drama ensued, of course. My mom waffled back and waffled back and forth about divorce and what to do. But when she finally got serious about the divorce, he basically said, "Never mind about the polyamory. I take it all back. Let's stay together." She crumbled she crumbled pretty much immediately, but essentially pretended like she didn't, probably because she thought it was what I wanted to hear. Talked all about starting fresh and dumped all sort of emotional trauma on my of the past on me and my wife. Things none of the rest of my family knows, and frankly things nobody should know about their parents' relationship. After several months of her
Facts.
running from this issue, I got fed up and, kindly as possible, told her she needed to get her own place because she wouldn't find any answer hiding in my basement. She did eventually and seemed happy for a while. Meanwhile, I saw my dad a few times in an attempt to have / maintain a relationship of some level outside of this situation. He is difficult though, very much a narcissist, and can't or won't understand why this would won't sorry, why this whole situation has been an issue for me.
Oh God.
Wow. I do not want to see him, but he wants to skip to the part where we've all moved on and I'm simply not there yet. He's very persuasive and my mother is incapable of saying no to him.
Oh God.
Huh, that's bad. Fast forward a few
Bitch,
months.
stand up.
Damn, bro. Fast forward a few months and they are suddenly back together again. I have reached a point where I frankly don't care if they're married or not, but I cannot just pretend not to know the things that I know. It's extremely awkward when they just act like everything's all right. If it were up to them, we just go right back to a big old family holidays and pretend like none of this ever happened, but I no longer trust either of them and I'm emotionally exhausted from the past 10 months. About a month ago, I chose to opt out of this whole thing for a while to focus on my own family of 5 and my job, which is and has been very demanding all the while. No blow ups, no big come to Jesus conversations. I just stopped responding to messages and calls and unsubscribe, if you will. That's cute. I don't read text messages or listen to voicemails, and it has been downright blissful.
Oh
Now,
God.
mom is messaging my wife about how she feels that she is being forced to choose between us and him and how there's a void in the family. She doesn't say it, but the implications is that it's pretty much all my and my wife's fault, and we are the only ones standing in the way of the family being together. I understand why she feels the way based on my actions, but I'm just look I'm just out of fucks to give and feel the need to be selfish for a while. Am I the asshole?
First of all, the mom is trying to guilt trip the wife and trying to like talk to him. Just be like, you know what? Let me go to the wife and maybe she'll talk to him and be like, oh, you know what? You should talk to
Like
your mom.
persuade him.
Like, no, like you spent however many months not only in my basement but trauma dumping on me between you and your man, and then all of a sudden you're like, never mind, JK, we're back together again. Like, what the fuck? Are we in high school? He's been cheating on you for 43 fucking years. How do you even forgive that? Your kids are grown, or your kid is grown at this point.
Has his own family.
So there's no, oh, we're staying together for the kids. Like, no, there's none of that going on. Like, it's plenty of men and women out there for you guys to go get. Like, if
clearly
he's been on the hunt. And it's like, you know what? It's not my
and
situation
he found
to
out
speak on.
like other things aside from the cheating too.
Yeah,
like
that's
his
what I'm
mom just
saying,
like aired out everything that
do
nobody
you know
knows
how
about.
fucking
Like,
weird that is for a child? I don't want
I don't
to
care how old you
know.
are. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, there's just like certain things you don't talk about with your parents and your parents don't talk about with you. I don't need to know. gross.
Honestly, just reading that is, someone even said the same thing I was about to say too. Like, it's just exhausting reading that whole situation as is. So
Yeah,
I can't imagine what he's feeling to just like deal with that for however many months. And like the top comment was, not the asshole. I honestly am mentally exhausted too while reading all this drama. Can't imagine how mentally draining it must feel to be living in it. Focus on
exactly.
your family and don't let your parents pull you in their roller coaster again.
Exactly. No.
Obvious overall vote was not the asshole.
Yeah, obviously.
And this was like 6 months ago too. So like very recent. Clearly not the asshole. Your parents are adults. Their problems are there to solve, not yours or your siblings.
Facts.
Yep. That's just 43 years he's been cheating. Is that like their entirety of their marriage, basically? Maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
Basically the
he had
entirety of
not
their
a
marriage.
single faithful bone in his body.
Like, damn, like, did you,
And then her best friend on top of that.
like, were you at least faithful for 1 day, 1 week?
And then who knows prior to the marriage?
I feel like she knew. I don't know.
She
There's
had to
no
have,
way.
right?
There's no way 43 years goes by
And you don't at least like
you
have
don't
like
know.
a
No. Let me tell you what happened. I feel like for the first 30 something years, when he was cheating with random women, she knew and she just left it alone. But I feel like once he started with the best friend, she may not have known at first, but then when she found out, I feel like that's what really led to this big spectacle.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really just because of the best friend. Because there's no way for like the first 30 something years out of the 43 years that he's been cheating that
She didn't know.
that she didn't know.
Cause like, dude, like you sense things. Like, how is he having time to communicate with this other person, seeing them, doing whatever they're doing, and they're traveling so consistently throughout this OP's life and stuff when they were.
I mean, unless he just out here getting bitches in all 207 countries. I mean,
Maybe what if that was the purpose of all the traveling?
ew, that's so disgusting.
Like, you're moving your wife and kids just to like have a fling for however long, and then they move again. Once you
Is it 207 countries? I feel like it's more than that.
I am not the person.
I might be wrong. I just threw a number
I feel
out
like
there.
it's more.
It might be 250. I don't know.
I'm not the person to ask that.
Either way, I just throw out a number.
When I'm editing this, editing Priya, put it up in the little how many countries are there?
You understand what I was trying to say.
This is our last story for this episode. What did you think about all the drama?
I mean, they were easy solves. It's just
Yeah.
take yourself away from all of it.
Just
like,
remove yourself. It's okay to be the villain in someone else's story, and
listen, protect yourself first.
Your peace of mind, your sanity.
Protect yourself first.
Protect your bubble. Don't let people in.
I mean, of course, let people in, but discernment.
Watch who you let in your bubble.
Discernment is key.
All right. We will see you guys in the next one. Bye.